worked. Then they said maybe it works in Muslim countries, it don't work in other countries. Then it is spread in all kinds of countries, in Philippines, in Malaysia, in China. Then say maybe it works only in the poor countries, it don't work in the rich countries. Then I was invited by the then Governor Clinton in Arkansas. He invited me to see if this idea of Grameen Bank could work in Arkansas to give the loans to the welfare recipients who are just sitting around doing nothing because they have no opportunity. So I was there, and between our discussions, finally he decided that he should start a Grameen program in Arkansas. So a program began in Arkansas, and in several other places within the United States. Gradually, the programs grew. Now it's all over the world. It's in Europe. It's in North America. It's all over Latin America, in in Africa, and so on. So resistance came from many different ways. From the professional people, like the bankers, they thought it won't work. It's just a temporary thing. Even if it works, it won't be sustainable. It won't be able to cover its cost. Then there was religious opposition in Bangladesh when we were doing, because we are giving loans to women, and they said this is contrary to our religious teachings. We should not give loans to the women, and we argued that religion doesn't bar women from being in business. So it was a constant hassle. Politicians opposed us on ideological ground. The extreme left thought this was a capitalist thing we are doing. Extreme right thought that this is a leftist thing we are doing. So all kinds of opposition came, but it worked on. Mm-hmm. Today, within Bangladesh, we have over 3 million borrowers in Grameen Bank.
That's remarkable.
95% of the borrowers are women. When they join Grameen Bank, they join as extremely poor women, and they take loans to start an income-generating activity, like they will buy a cow and sell the milk and pay back the bank, or raise poultry, chicken, and they will pay back the bank. And then they go for a higher loan and continue to pay back one loan and go for the other loan. And our repayment record, although it's without collateral, our repayment record is over 99%.
That's remarkable. Why do you think it is? Because when you have proven that you have established a banking entity, an institution based on trust and gratitude that has delivered on that trust and gratitude, why do you think it is that this has not truly been implemented, for example, in the United States on a broad-based level? Because, in fact, you're really known to those who know of you and microlending, but you are not familiar with people, 8 to 9 out of 10 people on the street who are business people. Why is that when you've been doing what you've been doing, as profound as what you've been doing, and you're not a household name in Europe, in the United States of America, why do you suppose that is?
Two things I would mention. One is we are kind of a reversal of the existing banking system. We do things complete the other way than what the conventional banks would do. Like conventional banks took the word credit, which means trust, and built an institution which is basically based on distrust. Because if you're dealing with a client, you assume that he or she will run away with your money. So you tie her down with collateral, plenty of collateral, so that you still have enough to recover your money. And then also on top of that, you bring all kinds of legal instruments to tie the person down, so that the legal system can enforce the conditions of the agreement, so that you can recover your money. And our system is just the reversal of that. We don't have any collateral. We don't ask anybody to give us anything in exchange of the loan that we give, number one. And then we don't have any legal instrument. We don't even have a plain paper saying that if I don't pay back your money, I'll be punished like this, or something. We don't have those documents. So it's basically based on trust. It's opposite. It's completely opposite. So this is one. So when you talk to the conventional bankers, they get very scared to think of an institution which doesn't have a fallback position in case of a failure of a loan repayment. They think in their conventional way.
Yeah, there's a whole language having to do with...
whole language, whole paradigm is completely different. We have given loans since we began our work, a total of over $4 billion worth of money in Bangladeshi currency. And in Bangladeshi currency, it's an enormous amount of money. And this money went out to the poor people without collateral, without legal instrument, and came back with 99% recovery rate. So it's an amazing experience for us. When we tell the conventional bankers about it, they get very scared.
What would it take to have one bank in America that would work with, let's say, $1 million a year and do small $20,000, $25,000, $50,000 lines of credit for entrepreneurs with a whole new criteria based on trust and based on gratitude to try it? What if one bank started and other banks followed?
This would be tremendous experiment. This will be tremendous experience, because if one bank does it and shows that it can lend money to the welfare recipients, unemployed youth, and they can take the money and create their own jobs, create their own income, and pay back the loans with interest. Because even in the richest country in the world, like United States, there are a lot of people who are unemployed, who are on the charity, state charity, and so on.
Most people cannot even afford housing in America. Affordable housing is almost a thing of the past.
Health care, you name it. There are a lot of people. There are homeless people, all kinds of people, and immigrant people, people who are on the street. So if the bank provides the loan, their life will be changed right away. So it's a disgrace to have people without an income and dependent on the society, going around helplessly, not knowing what will bring the next. So one bank makes this a step. It will be a tremendous thing. Right now,
So are you available in 2004?
Yeah.
Where are you in 2004?
Why not?
I think we just have to get the first one rolling, and I think
that's right.
You're the one to do it. Are you going to be in town anytime soon?
I'll look forward to it.
We like to move from the conversation right into the arena very quickly.
Absolutely, it's possible. I mean, raising $1 million to get started, it shouldn't be a big problem. Where there is a lot of foundation money, there are a lot of good people, good-hearted people wants to start something in a business way. You introduced me as a businessman. I'm a businessman in the sense that I run a business, but I'm not in the business of making money myself.
No, I understand that.
So I want to make it clear to people, this bank that I run, Grameen Bank, as I said, we give loans to over 3 million poor people in Bangladesh, and 95% of them are women, and they are the owners of this bank. I don't own this bank. I just created it and then said, you buy the share and you own this bank. So they are the owner of this bank. So if the bank makes profit, that profit goes back to them. It's a Grameen Bank which is created for the poor people and is owned by the poor people, and the service goes out to the poor people. And amazing thing, the bank makes profit every year, and the money that rolls in the bank comes from their own savings, deposits. They make tiny little savings. And today, nearly $300 million worth of money is in the hands of the borrowers. And all this money came from the deposits of the borrowers themselves and other depositors who put in the money in the bank. So it's a local money, goes out to the local poor people and builds up the local economy. So there is no sitting idle, there is no hopelessness. They are very active people. Now women are very self-confident women in Bangladesh because
I'll bet
they
you
know.
shook up a lot of the men over there. What have you done? Yeah. You shook it up. You're scaring all the guys over there.
Right. Yeah, but the woman then they can borrow money from any member of their family. It's not just for herself. She can borrow for her husband, her son, her daughter, anybody. So she is the representative of the family. It works much better when we enter the family through women. Initially, only thing we were trying to do is to make half and half, 50% women and 50% men. And this again, I was arguing that the conventional banks in Bangladesh don't lend money to women. And I was challenging them that if you can show me that even